Good evening. Thanks for staying this late. Appreciate you guys. I know it's a lot the last couple Saturday nights, and appreciate you all being here. Appreciate our fans. Zona Zoo is awesome. And I think we're continuing to build that up the way we want it, which is just a great atmosphere. Our fans showed up, and I think our fans will continue to show up and continue to build and continue to get this thing better. So I want to thank them for being here. Our players did a fantastic job tonight. It was a very clean football game. 4 for 4 in the red zone, no turnovers, 1 penalty. Those are the things that, when you talk about what our goals are, right, offensively, defensively, and as a football team, we say we want to attack and protect the ball. We did that. Hunter Echols' sack fumble was a huge part of the game. We said we want to score and defend the red zone. I think we're 4 for 4 in the red zone. And we want to be disciplined. And when you have 1 penalty against a very good football team, that's really, really disciplined football. Credit to our staff. I think our coaches did a great job preparing our team tonight. We knew this was going to be a very, very tough football game. We were the underdog. Everyone picked against us other than Lee Corso. And that's okay because our guys embraced that, and they loved that. And I thought you saw a team that was out there ready to roll and played really, really good football in all 3 phases. And really a credit to our players and coaches. We had a lot of playmakers out there. And we knew it. We knew we were going to have a tough battle. That wasn't going to be a surprise. It was not a surprise to anyone. But we also know that we weren't the 2016 Iowa team or the 2014 Iowa State team or whatever it might have been. We're the 2022 Arizona team. And we were very excited about this opportunity. And now we're on to Pac-12 play, and we're excited to get on an airplane here next Friday and play Cal.
Jedd, congratulations on the win. How deep did your defense have to dig on those 3rd and 4th down stops, given how physical their line?
There's no doubt. Our defense, it was a man's game tonight. It was tough as nails. Those guys were big and strong, and our guys had to get down and dirty at the end. 3rd and 2, 4th and 2, make those stops at the end of the game. They put the Wildcat quarterback in, and, our guys did a great job of getting the ball back for us. I made a decision at 28-24 to kick the field goal. And, I wanted to make sure that, we kept the game within 7 or 8 or 4 or 3, whatever it might have been. And when they had the ball down there, I was thinking they were going to kick a field goal. They didn't. It was a great stop by our defense, and our defense then got to stop again, really 3 plays in a row to make them go 3 and out and punt the ball on 4th and 10.
A lot of people were wondering last week why Jayden didn't run more this week, career high in carries and yards. You just talked about that part of his game tonight.
Yeah, the biggest thing I would say about Jayden and I and, how we call the game and what we ask him to do is we've only done this for 3 games together. And we're just building a relationship, and we're building trust, and I'm trying to learn what he needs and how to coach him every day in practice, and he needs to learn what I expect and what I want. And, he's a sophomore, and we're just trying to work through some things, and I thought that it was a great learning experience last Saturday night, and he probably saw some opportunities that he could have taken off and run, and I'm glad to see that he did it this week.
How much does that open up the pass? How much does that open up the pass?
Yeah, well, being able to, we ran the ball for 36 times today for 165 yards. That's good football, and that's what we need. And one of the things that we've talked about as a staff is if your quarterback can get you about 40 or 50 yards, you can compete running the football. And in this game, he got us 58 yards. And that's from scrambles. Those weren't all design runs. The touchdown run was a quarterback draw, but other than that, most of the runs, other than a zone read here or there, were more of a scramble that he took off. And instead of forcing the ball down the field, he made a great decision. But yet on the scramble that he hit Jacob Cowling on for the touchdown to make it 31-28, he took off, he scrambled, he kept his eyes downfield. And one of the rules that we have is if you have a wide open guy, throw it. We just don't want to force the ball, and that was one of the things that we did last week a little bit too much.
So Jacob wasn't, you couldn't get the ball to him, it seemed like, until maybe late in the 3rd quarter. Was North Dakota State bracketing him? Were they doing something to keep him from being available?
It was one of those games that just the way we were calling the game, there was just other guys that were the primary guys. And, just for one player or another, and, we thought maybe we call something for cover 3 and, the curl pops or Dorian Singer pops open or, there's an opportunity to throw it to somebody else. And we're not going to force the ball to anybody. We're really happy with all the playmakers we have. Dorian Singer's a very good player. T-Mac is a very good player. Tanner McLaughlin's a very good player. And so are running backs. So, Jacob's going to get his touches. There's no question about it. We had some opportunities there. But we're in it as a team.
How difficult was their offense to defend?
Well, they just do something that you don't have to defend the rest of the season. So when you are playing, it's like playing an option football team. When you play Air Force or you play, one of the service academies randomly in the middle of your schedule, you run into a situation where you're defending something one week that you won't defend the other 11. So you have to, handle a lot of gaps, and you have to be able to be gap sound there. And I thought our guys really did a really good job at halftime adjusting to a couple things in their passing game. And, at some point in time, you make some stops in the A gap and you have a chance.
Can you talk about the final drive? Very gritty, a lot of nice plays.
Yeah, well, Coach Owens and what he's done with our team can't be overlooked. And when you look at what our team has done when it comes to the strength and conditioning and embracing the grind of really wanting to work really hard to get bigger, stronger, faster, and embracing that, that's when you can run the ball like that in the end of the game. I really appreciate our strength staff. I appreciate how hard our guys focus in on that aspect of the game. And all we want to do every week is just get bigger and stronger. We don't want to use the season to stay consistent, to stay any average. We want to get bigger and stronger and bigger and stronger. And we're going to use the weight room for that advantage.
I know this is a different team and different season, all that, but 2 wins last season, 1. I mean, you're only through 3 games. What did you just say about the trajectory of everything?
Well, we're just trying to build, and we've asked our players to trust the process. I credit Dave and Derek for trusting and allowing us to build this program the way we wanted to build it. And we knew that we were going to take some lumps and do some things different and bring in a bunch of new players and make some changes. And on top of that, though, we were able to build a program, and we're just getting started. This is just the very beginning of this process. But I do believe that our guys love the fact that they're Wildcats. And if you love being a Wildcat, you're going to work hard, and you're going to give extra, and you're going to do more. And we brought some good players in. We continue to develop our players that are here, and I think it will continue to get better in the years to come.
How much of a step forward, then, is a win like this?
It's a step forward, but we now are on to Pac-12 play.
To use a boxing analogy, it felt like you guys were on the ropes there at one point in the fourth quarter. What did your team show you from just a character and toughness standpoint?
Yeah, I never felt that about our team. I felt that our team, we emphasize resiliency in our program, and we emphasize that next play mentality. And I didn't feel that we were on the ropes. I felt like they moved the ball and we moved the ball. They moved the ball, we moved the ball. And I felt no flinch. There was no flinch at all. And when our team went out there after we scored to make it 31-28, I heard our defense say, 1 stop wins the game. And that was the mentality we had, and I really respected our defense and the way they handled that. And at halftime, everybody was rooting for each other. I mean, we had a huge drive there with 51 seconds, left in the half. We got the ball, and we drove down and got a field goal. And, that field goal made the difference in the game.
What were your thoughts on the fourth down? You went for it, didn't get it. You eventually got the ball back. What were you thinking on that?
Well, I was thinking we were going to get it. We didn't block it very well, and that came back. Luckily, it didn't come back to haunt us because our defense did a great job of that next play mentality, and that's where the growth is coming in our football team. Because what our football team is looking at is they're saying, "Hey, offense, you guys went for it, didn't get it. We'll get you the ball back," and that mentality will help us along the way. And that's that love your teammate mentality, which is what we say is part of that. Being a Wildcat football player.
Can you talk about the performance from the offensive line from last week to this week and how they're able to step up?
Yeah, I think that every week our offensive line is continuing to get better. And I don't, I think that if we just get better, we'll continue to see progress. We learned a lot from last week's game, but that was last week's game. And now tonight is behind us as well. and it's time for us to move forward. Our offensive line hopefully came out of the game healthy. I think they did, from what I understand. So we're going to get them back to being full strength, and then we got to go take on a very good Cal team.
How would you describe your emotions right at the end of the game? There's a clip that shows you being, I'd say, fired up.
Yeah, I was very excited. And it was personal.
Any update on Rashawn? Like, you looked like he was kind of in a walking boot after the game.
I think that we're going to evaluate him tomorrow more than anything. Sometimes we use the walking boots as precautionary measures, so we weren't able to play him. We weren't able to finish with him, but he made a heck of a run.
The crowd tonight, they obviously traveled really well. It sort of felt like a bowl type atmosphere. What did you make of just them bringing out that many fans and what it felt like out there out on the field?
Not much about what they brought, really. I thought about our fans. I looked behind us, and I loved the Zona Zoo. I looked around, and I saw a great bunch of red and blue out there, and that's what I was focusing on, and then our team. And I hope that the next home game, which is Colorado, I hope we fill the whole stand with red and blue.
What was the thought process in giving Manu the start and inserting him into the defense?
Well, we played base defense rather than nickel because of how big they are with their fullbacks and their tight ends. So we played with 3 linebackers. Normally we just play with 2. So when we went to that new defensive structure for to stop them, we added a 3rd linebacker, and that was Jacob. So a true freshman playing 50-something snaps. Pretty cool. That Servite team was pretty good last year.
So now you guys have tied your season total from a year ago with takeaways. Just your thoughts on what you guys have been able to do there.
Yeah. Well, we talked all offseason about the importance of taking the ball away, right? So we've taken away 6 times in these 3 games. We know we took it away 6 and 12. Our goal now is to each week take it away again and keep taking it away. And you could see it's a mindset and it's a mentality. And I appreciate Coach Nansen embracing what I've asked for there, which is just an absolute mentality that you go after the ball at all costs and at all times.
What have you learned about your team now that you've completed the non-conference?
I think we're getting better. We are believing in the process of improving. We recognize that we're going to have all sorts of different ways to win a game. We might win the game on offense, defense, special teams. It might not be pretty. It might be pretty. I don't know. But I know that our team embraces the grind, trusts the process, plays with passion, loves their teammates. And if you do those 4 things and keep that next play mentality, we'll do our best to get better next week.
You said about your emotions at the end that it's personal. Obviously, that's one of the mottos of the team. But can you describe that a little bit more, what that means?
No, it's just one of those situations that it meant a lot to our team to go 2-1 going into conference play. And our guys work extremely hard. And when our guys work that hard, they deserve victory. And it's nice to see them get that.
How huge was the field goal at the end of the first half? Momentum or whatever you mean.
Yeah, it was a huge part of the game. There was 51 seconds left when we got the ball, and we drove all the way down and were able to kick that field goal, which I think, obviously made it 17-14.
Right before that, T-Mac appeared to have made the catch, and replays that we saw later showed that he did make the catch. Did you get any communication from the booth or anything that might have been the case?
No, but I heard the same thing from our coaches at the time.
What would you have done
I tried.
if you had been inside the 5 with 4 seconds?
I don't know. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it very much.